What I'm speaking to is a mentality. Black women is the only group of women that says things as a collective. I don't need a man. I'm strong and independent. Nigga get money. I can raise my kids on my own. I can do everything by myself. We're the only group of women that disassociate ourselves from our men. And the very moment that they come with their preferences in response to our standards, we have the audacity to say things like they're insecure, sassy, zesty, misogynistic, or they just simply hate black women.
Hello, welcome to Reactions and Reviews. I'm your humble host, Eze. Thank you, and I hope you enjoy the show.
You know, my marriage was a success.
Yeah.
I look at it as like a curriculum when you're in college or high school, right? You're learning, you're growing, you're evolving, you're creating. And I was able to create with Corey some beautiful, amazing children. And at the end of that curriculum, and at the end, there's a graduation, there's a celebration.
Her comparing her marriage to a graduation was asinine. And a lot of people will feel like it wasn't because of the simple fact that they thought she was doing something to take care of herself. This was a very self-serving and ego-driven move. Any relationship you get into will take two people to make it work. And the relationship will only be as successful as long as those two people are actively making it work. Whether it's you and your parents, you and your friends, you and your kids, you and your spouse. Everybody that's involved in the situation have to keep doing their part. And Tia stopped wanting to do her part because she wanted to emphasize her happiness. What happens when those children stop fulfilling her, or her job, or her friends, or her family? You can't just keep quitting. You'll find every excuse in the world to not be submissive and wonder why white women can get away with their bad behavior. We take everything bad from white women, except for the fact using marriage to our own benefit. But you'll run to the child support office, though. Get equality against men, and the only time we actually want to be equal to men is when it comes to degenerate behavior, hypersexuality, abusing or abandoning children. Even when it comes to the gold digger conversation, what you don't see those other women do, even when they are just men for money, is bashing men, inadvertently making men feel like they're not important. Also, too, telling them that they don't need men.
If you made it this far, hit that like button and leave a comment to trigger YouTube's algorithm. I'm a new channel and I'm trying to grow. So hit that subscribe button and hit that bell to let you know every time I upload a new video.
Of a group of white girls who are sitting at their graduation engaged. And the question came up, well, why is there not the reality for black women? I know y'all not gonna like what I gotta say, but you know me, I'm gonna say it anyways. First and foremost, black women are above reproach. If it don't validate us or excuse our bad behavior, we don't want to hear it. Instead, we'll say, well, men do it too. Secondly, we'll find every excuse in the world to validate why we don't want to be married or why we don't want to be in a relationship. Well, they get cheated on. Well, they do this. Well, they do that. But then we have all these standards for men, and we're still actively seeking for men in the midst of our hurt while inadvertently telling them to go to therapy. We do not practice what we preach. Thirdly, the independent woman is a myth. Actually cared about being independent and it was something that made you happy, you would not have all these standards to negate your independence. Nobody wants to relinquish power. The passport bros seem to be a hot commodity nowadays, so let's just go ahead and get straight into it. This is another case of black women not minding their business. Y'all didn't care about meal order brides until black men happened to make it popular, but of course you feel entitled to being the BBC commander when something no longer benefits you, although these are the same men that you said you didn't want, didn't need, and they are broke. I'm gonna be honest, going overseas to travel frequently and live does not equate to broke. But then again, this just simply speaks to the delusion and hypocrisy of women. These men have been very clear in their message. They've said time and time again they wanted wives, someone they can build with, start their family with, someone they can create a legacy with. What y'all heard was they wanted someone that they can control. Y'all minimize being a wife simply down to being a slave, even so much as telling those other women overseas that they're uneducated and practicing sex tourism. And in turn, a lot of y'all have took your degree and traded it in for an OnlyFans profile. Nobody said anything when women were going to Dubai. We know why you were going. Nobody said anything when women were flying state to state getting flued out. We know what you were doing. Nobody said anything when Nigerian and Jamaican men needed green cards and y'all started falsifying marriage documents so you could drive your Range Rover with your red bottoms. Let's just call a spade a spade. Y'all wanted the option to go back to these men after the man that you really wanted was done dragging you through the mud. The older women. But be mindful of the language that they use. The only time they want to get cool with us is when they know we're going through something with a man. Any other time, they are super judgmental and they ridicule every single thing that we do, from the way we dress to the way we raise our kids to how we have our friendships to us partying in our social life. They ridicule everything, down to the way we wear our hair, down to how we have tattoos, we have piercings. They don't like nothing about us. But when it comes to us having a bad situation with a man, all of a sudden they are our best friend, our biggest cheerleader, our highest supporter. They hate our hypersexuality, but they still sleeping with these same men who are telling us how to act. They're still entertaining those same men. It don't make sense. Stop telling me I'm a part of the problem, because I'm showing you what it is. Stop picking and choosing when we get to be women's empowerment versus when we're going to hold women accountable, and do both interchangeably across the board. These are the same women that are single just like you. White women almost double in marriage. What I'm speaking to is a mentality. Black women is the only group of women that says things as a collective. I don't need a man. I'm strong and independent. You can get money. I can raise my kids on my own. I can do everything by myself. We're the only group of women that disassociate ourselves from our men. And the very moment that they come with their preferences in response to our standards, we have the audacity to say things like they're insecure, sassy, zesty, misogynistic, or they just simply hate black women. Y'all don't practice what you preach. A lot of y'all are trying to heal from the hurt that your father caused, and you taking it out on every man as if you dated every black man, and then we'll have the audacity to say, well, these men are not doing this, these men are not doing this. The definition of insanity is doing something the same way, expecting some different results, and y'all keep doing stuff the same way because it's a mentality. So I'm fine if you want to argue, but make sure you can substantiate what you're saying, because I can. The women really let me have it, right? They laid into me pretty thick, and as an educated black woman, right, I didn't want to dissect what I said versus what they heard, so I took it upon myself. Not to be above reproach, of course, and I wrote some things here down. I'm going to go through them with you guys and just go ahead and jump into it. Everybody doesn't want to be married. Why is marriage the goal? Who wants to get married at 22? This is internalized misogyny. Why are you talking down on black women and you're a black woman? Why are you comparing us to white women? Are you picked yet? Kevin Samuels has returned. Keisha Samuels has returned. Where is your ring? There are no good black men to pick from. Did they pick you yet? Where is your man? Those happen to be really popular. Who cares what white women do? She's a pick-me. It's giving pick-misha. Somebody please pick her. Did they pick you yet? Where's your DM of flooded men? They're not gonna protect you, sis. I think y'all get the gist.
That will wrap it up for today's episode. And thank you for joining me. So please leave a comment below. If you agree, if you disagree, it doesn't matter. Leave the comment below. And also, you tell me what you want me to cover. You tell me what you want me to discuss and what you want me to react to. Okay? And that's it, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for joining me. And I'll see you on the next episode. Please don't forget to subscribe. Let's rebuild the Black nuclear family. It is needed. Okay? God bless.